Tip of the year. It's the same as last year's. Welcome to Elements the Game, the online card game that'll blow your mind. Elements is a card game reminiscent of Magic the Gathering, where you pick an element from this rather unconventional roster, which is themed after the Zodiac by the way, and receive a deck of cards with powers associated with that element, along with some trash. Follow the tip of the year and you'll have yourself a basic deck, which you can use to play against the lower level bots and make some money, which in turn can be used to purchase new cards at the bazaar. That's when you realize the magic of the game. All the possible synergies, the unusual combinations, and bizarre strategies that may arise from careful planning and experimentation. This is one of the wise games that follow the philosophy of balance through imbalance. That is, you'll only have a balanced roster when there's a clear reason to choose each element, ergo, they must all be overpowered in some way, with as little overlap as possible. You've got the semi-immortal Ether decks, the outright annoying Entropy decks, the life-draining Dark decks, and even the uncontestably destructive Fire decks. There's always that sticky Sustain guy, or the one that doesn't let your game progress. And get this, there's also the Mirror guy, who copies your strat against you in bigger numbers. Keep thinking about it. Would it be easier to obliterate the enemy's creatures, destroy their permanents, outright attack them, or play defensively and outlive them? There's a counter in the game to everything, meaning everything seems so brutally OP and yet it gets smashed by something else which also happens to be equally OP in another sense. That, ladies and gentlemen, is balance. Not nerfing elements out of their uniqueness with every patch, but instead buffing them and highlighting their obvious weaknesses. Game Dev Tip of the Year: balance through imbalance. Visit the Oracle once a day for a cryptic generic life message, a free card, and some cash. These messages are so generic it's like they're made to match whatever happens in your life, whatever that is. Some naive people might actually be like, oh man, this guy's a psychic, just because of a couple creepy coincidences in a row, which are actually just a stretched interpretation of the obvious. I find that pretty cool though. The fluidity of the game is amazing, paired with the satisfaction of testing numerous strats you came up with yourself, and discovering synergies you'd never thought about. You get twice the money for finishing a level at full health, which may eventually create a bias towards certain strategies, but whatever, it's still fun. This is the kind of game that gets you addicted for at least a couple hours every time you return to it. Thing is, it gets old really fast. The mechanics are cool and everything, but that's about as deep as the game goes. That's actually a good thing, you don't want to waste all your time on one game. This game has the right balance of simplicity and entertaining variety to rank it high. I've been playing this game for 7 years now, but functionally I've been at it for a couple months. I start playing, get addicted, stop, and return many months later to repeat the loop. Between loops I log in every day to check out my Oracle card and cash, amassing quite the in-game fortune. As such, I already own all the purchasable cards and I've upgraded a number of them. Upgrading cards isn't exactly cheap, but nothing that 7 years of Oracle nickels won't solve. One thing that might have kept you into the game is the online multiplayer function, where you can challenge your friends or even random people over the web. Unfortunately, there's a game-breaking glitch that destroys that. Watch what happens in this demo battle against myself. It's a hard match. Both sides are playing well, when suddenly, both sides get disconnected. A bot then takes control of your opponent and proceeds to play like a Major League champion. You're basically guaranteed to win when that happens. I just played against myself, and both sides won! What am I, the Legend 27? This glitch is so bad and so common that the devs acknowledged it and created a feature called The Arena, where you get to battle random player-created decks without requiring synchronism. It's fun to build random decks, launch them, and watch them scale the ladders, and you get some free cash with it too. By playing, you can increase your deck's arena level and get prizes for spins, which include some of the rarest cards in the game. I take the challenge of always making decks with a water mod. The challenge is to attempt to synergize the Oracle's card with water. It doesn't always work, but sometimes you can make some super interesting and out-of-the-box combinations that work surprisingly well. Let's never forget the woes of any card game. Only pillars. No pillars. Only pillars. It keeps going on. Whatever you do, it's the same result. It doesn't matter what card game it is, you'll never, ever get a decent hand. It's not a programming issue with bad shuffling, because the same applies to any card game in real life. It's just Murphy's Law. By all N4 standards, I rate this game 3 out of 4, a potential masterpiece that could work on its game-breaking flaw.